We can get all the mums, wives, girlfriends down to the tunnel to get ready for tonight's game. Will be appreciated.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Underwood Park. We've got a great game coming your way on FQTV for your Saturday night viewing. I'm James Coughlin here to bring you all of the action from this top-of-the-table bout in the FQPL competition as Rochedale Rovers host Southwest Queensland Thunder. And I'm very pleased to be joined in the commentary booth for the first time by Josh Masamisi. Josh, how are you going?
I'm very well, James. How are you?
Pretty good. Plenty on the line tonight. Both sides looking to make a run at promotion to the NPL.
Yes, 100%. Top of the table clash for your Saturday night. What more could you want?
For sure. Now, this is the second meeting of these players, of these sides at the moment, as we see the Rochedale players being escorted out by their mothers. It is Ladies' Day here. It was a 4-1 win to Rochedale when they met back in April.
Yes, it was. Fernando, a lot of 4-1 win, big win, the biggest win of the season for Rochedale so far, and hopefully we'll get a tighter contest.
For sure. All right, we'll run through the lineups very quickly as we see the captains going through the coin toss with the referee, Rachel Mitchinson. So, for Rochedale, the goalkeeper, Matt Lugo. Number 4, Liam MacArthur. 5, Matt Melville. 6, Jackson Rossi. 7, Greg Cheshire. 8, Jake Kuskieri. 10, Alex Warrilow. 15, Olaid Yinka Kahinde. 17, Marek Mardley. 19, Scott Colson. 20, Alex Tabion. Meanwhile, for Southwest Queensland Thunder, as kickoff is imminent, we'll run through there. We've had a few late changes. The goalkeeper is Monty Radburn. 5, Wade Hall. 6, Jacob Bigby. 7, Luke Butel. 9, Fernando Perez. 11, Wilf Phillip. 12, Brendan Roach. 14, Sam Noy. 17, Alex Munster. 19, Clayton Souza. And 21, Alec Gasky. And it is a very young bench for Southwest Queensland too. Josh, momentarily before kickoff, which player from either side have you got your eyes on tonight?
Fernando Perez Rodriguez. He scored a brace last game against the Strikers, and I think he's in for a big performance.
It was a big midweek win for Southwest Queensland, hosting Strikers 4-2. Meanwhile, this is the midst of a very busy stretch for Rochedale Rovers. They advanced in the Australia Cup 5-3 Tuesday night, and then they've got Penn Power this Tuesday. So, how are we feeling about this one, Josh? Quick prediction before we get to kickoff.
Quick prediction. I'm hoping for a tight game, top of the table, plenty on the line for both teams. So,
plenty of goals.
A draw.
All right, there we go. That is the prediction, and it is a special Ladies' Day kit for Rochedale, which is what they're wearing as Marek Mardley gets us underway, and Rochedale looking to go on the attack early, and Yinka Kahinde was the target for that early move, and they're going to have an attacking throw. And as you can see, some work going on the Southwest Queensland bench there. Looks like a pretty comfortable setup there, Josh.
I'd love to be there.
It is a beautiful Saturday night as you see Yinka Kahinde battling for the ball and lofted over the top. Brendan Roach was the defender there, and now on the turn, Souza. And that one is launched forward, trying to pick out Gasky, who started as a centre forward in that win against Strikers. And now Rochedale just sending it all the way back. Matt Lugo getting an early touch. We've got a busy day of fixtures going on as well. We've got a big double header at Lion Stadium on FQTV, the Brisbane Classico, for a top-of-the-table clash from the NPL women's competition at 7 o'clock. But in the meantime, I'm very pleased to have your company here as I'll be settling down with dinner. And here go Rochedale again, just happy to move the ball around. Now played through. Yinka Kahinde's got Mardley there in the middle. Will it find the big striker? It won't. And a good early intervention there from Radburn.
Yes, 100%. Got out in front. But Yinka Kahinde showing a bit of pace down that edge.
Well, we've seen in his career he's a very dangerous player down either wing, left or right. And we do have an update from the Brisbane Classico, and Lions absolutely dominating a 10-man Brisbane City side as it stands. In the meantime, it is Rochedale back on the ball, starting at the back with Tabion, formerly of Moreton Bay and Gold Coast United. He's going to be a big piece for Rochedale as they push for promotion.
Yes, 100%. Fantastic defender, and he'll be looking to put out a good performance tonight.
And loving life in Australia, the big French defender. So
I'm
not sure he'll be too popular come November, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on now. As now pushing forward is Melville, and he'll pick out Melville there, actually, I beg your pardon. As that cross gets hooked in towards Mardley with the header, and once again, an early save being called on there for Radburn. And Mardley, well, what more can you say about him? He's had plenty of success here in the Sunshine State.
Yes, been at plenty of big clubs, won a lot of trophies, and had, as you said, plenty of success. So he's guiding this side around with all his experience, of course.
For sure. Now, early touch there for Sam Noy. Looks like he's taken up station in central defence, and as we get further into this game, probably get to see a little bit more of this, Josh, but quite a few absences for Southwest Queensland as well from the side that we both expected, especially the two centre-backs, Crociati and Howard.
Yes, exact. Crociati is a spiritual leader, of course, and him not being there is a big miss. Howard's another one. So it'll be interesting to see how Thunder handle that.
In the meantime, they'll be put on the defensive again as it goes out wide. Yinka Kahinde, but good work in defence there by Munster, and that'll be played forward, but Gasky unable to get on the end of that.
Rochedale having a lot of possession at the moment.
It does seem like the game might have already declared itself, only 4 minutes in. Now he's a captain, Cheshire, and looks like he's going to be onside. The ball is squared towards the back post, and another near opportunity for Rochedale. I count 3 so far in the opening 4 minutes.
Yes, 3 so far, and that's probably the best of the lot for Rochedale. Only 4 minutes in, as you said, James, and it looks like they're pretty potent up front.
Now it is going to be a chance for Hall, getting it forward for Gasky. And now it is Rochedale just happy to be a little bit patient in their build-up as Matt Lugo sends it over for MacArthur. Carry on Yinka Kahinde into Southwest Queensland, sitting right back there. You can see Gasky is the furthest man forward, and he's giving the Rochedale defenders plenty of space. For Colson, and just again so much space, and Thunder happy to sit back. And a threaded ball through, was able to be caught out by Hall. Wade Hall is the Iron Man of Southwest Queensland. He's played, by my count, every game for the club since 2019. That is 84 games and counting, which in this competition, NPL and FQPL over those 4 years for the Thunder, that's insane, isn't it?
That's a mammoth effort, considering, you've got extra ties like the Australia Cup and other fixtures. And
through ball now for Moutley in the box, and he'll try and drill it across the face over the keeper, Radburn. But
yeah, to keep yourself fit and keep getting selected time after time, it's a mammoth effort, so well done.
And that does also include back-to-back FQPL Grand Final appearances as well for Southwest Queensland, and I think they'll be hoping that on the final day of the season they'll be featuring once more. They fell short against Logan in 2020 and Brisbane City, the all-conquering Brisbane City side last year. And it could very well be that this is actually a Grand Final preview if the latter and final results hold. And in the meantime, just have to focus on the coming 90 minutes. It's clipped forward for Colson, but well read by the Thunder defence. Now a long switch of play, can't quite reach its intended target. Brought under control, Mardley, and now here's Cheshire. He's into the box, and he'll try and send it all the way back across for Yinka Kahinde. That one is knocked behind by Noy.
Kahinde getting plenty of service up front. Here's a chance. Cheshire onside, cutting it across. Kahinde just a touch behind, but good early signs for Rochedale so far.
Yeah, playing at home. It looks like there's a pretty good crowd in the stands as well. I'm sure they'll be desperate to put on a show for the attending masses. And it goes towards the near post with the header and cleared off the line. That looked like it was Mardley who had the opportunity. Now Colson, the left boot once again, in swinging ball, nodded away, but possibly only as far as Perez, and a bit of a head clash there, but play on. And now here's Phillip, and he's got a little bit of space to try and hit them on the counter-attack towards the back post. It's Butel with the shot, and against the run of play, Southwest Queensland have the lead.
On the break, would you believe it? 8 minutes in, and they did not look like firing a shot. Southwest Queensland Thunder.
And how about that ball there from Phillip all the way over for Luke Butel for his 5th goal of the season?
Yes, unreal. And Rochedale, they'll be kicking themselves. They had that chance down at the corner, couldn't capitalise, and now 1-0 to Southwest Queensland Thunder in the opening 8.5 minutes.
So there we go. So an 8th minute goal for Luke Butel. Another one of the many, many Toowoomba products that has come through the Southwest Queensland Academy, and one thing that this club does very well is promote their youth. So now Rochedale, after thinking they were almost destined to take an early lead, they've got to try and get themselves back. Refocus there as Mardley went close off that previous corner. And he looks like the danger man here as he improvised outside of the foot pass, goes out now for Melville. Once again, Rochedale happy to dominate possession. MacArthur just checking his run. And Colson skipping inside and back now for Tabion. Eventually able to clear their lines. Push forward as MacArthur is Gold Coast United. It's not been a good week for Olympic, going down to Logan in the Australia Cup and now trailing Ray Piddock's men. In the meantime, though, we could have Southwest Queensland trying to extend their advantage. Souza trying to thread that ball through for Phillip. That was cut out by the Rochedale defence. You see the side that's dominated possession, Josh. Southwest Queensland, they've taken the lead. That's got to be just about as good of a start as they could have hoped for.
The dream start, away from home against Rochedale. Big clash on your Saturday night, and to be 1-0 up 10 minutes in.
The job is definitely not done. Souza and Yinka Kahinde coming together strongly. And it is just going to be the foul. Check out the replay of that.
Yes, 50-50 challenge here. Both guys.
Not a lot in it as was played forward, and it goes out for a Southwest Queensland throw-in, and that's going to return you to the action. Perez will skip past a couple of would-be defenders, take the shot on from range. And I think that copped the touch on the way through to Matt Lugo.
I believe it did, but some fancy footwork from Perez showing what he has.
Of course, Matt Lugo, he's got his connection with Southwest Queensland Thunder. He was the Logan goalkeeper in that epic 2020 grand final. It was won in extra time by Logan as they got promoted. Well, they were already promoted to the NPL, having won the premiership that year. However, he has fond memories of playing Southwest Queensland. Not that conceding the goal to Luke Butel would have been one of those fond memories. To the centre of the park it goes. All the way back for the aforementioned Lugo. It's a searching ball, trying to find a friendly head, and it does just that. And now here is the strike, and it just rolls wide as Melville couldn't get that one on target. But that was a hold-up play Marek Mardley is capable of.
100%. He's coming up with some big plays early on. Marek Mardley got the header off the corner, and now pulling the strings in the front third of the field. Ominous signs, James.
Ominous signs, but I don't know who your Premier League team is, but as someone that's followed Arsenal for quite a while, you can have all the possession you want. It doesn't really matter unless you score goals. Found that one out the hard way. But anyway, back to the action on the pitch. That one is picked off in midfield, but a heavy touch allows the Thunder to just launch that one down to the far corner, and it will be Lugo winning the foot race against Coulson for that one. At the Rochedale socials as well. If you are just tuning in, you might have missed kickoff. It is Ladies' Day after the Mother's Day fixture was rained out, which is why they're wearing their special kit as well. And it's good to see these event days at the local clubs.
Yes, brings the community together, gets everyone involved.
And now a long ball forward, and Mardley had stolen a step. Mardley linking up with Ross Davidson after those two were together at Lions. Ross Davidson was an assistant at Richlands. And safe to say it's paid some good dividends for him. 13 league goals so far as he tries to close down Radburn. But to the Thunder keeper through the opening almost quarter of an hour. When he's been called on, he's come up quite well. As it will be Phillip as he skips inside a couple of challenges, gets it on the right foot, squares it into the centre of the park, and Gasky has his pocket picked. And now going the other way, Yinka Kahinde as he tries to shrug off a couple of challenges and goes straight through two defenders. He'll skip back inside with Munster paying very close attention. Yinka Kahinde now is coming across in cover was Roach.
Another threatening run from Yinka Kahinde. Just couldn't quite manage the further extra couple of metres to create the chance.
Was unable to reach its intended target. Thunder from one end of the pitch to the other. And it goes for Hall. Phillip. Mardley was an imposing presence behind them, and Cheshire, recently married Greg Cheshire. And then the curling effort is deflected behind as Warrelow's shot was sent behind. Check out the replay of little movement from Rochedale.
Just couldn't get enough purchase on the ball. It was charged down and closed down very quickly by Hall. And in the end, it'll be a Rochedale corner.
It was desperate defending as well from Wade Hall, but what you need at the moment. In comes the in-swing corner to the near post. Cheshire trying to flick it on. Instead, he'll send it back, and it's a lofted delivery this time, and it'll find a head at the back post. That one's looped in, and I think that'll technically go down as a shot on target from MacArthur. I'm fairly certain Radburn will have several easier saves to make. Once again, Thunder just happy to sit off the Rochedale defence and get back forward, just size up their options, and Coulson will think about sending it forward, and then we'll go back to Tabion. It's a near touchline on your screen. Whether you are tuning in this evening. Cheshire under pressure. Get the ball back now with a bit of space, and he'll launch it forward, but a bit too much power on that one, and he'll comfortably roll behind for a goal kick. And some of the other round 14 fixtures from the FQPL competition. Redlands against Southside Eagles. That one kicked off at 5 p.m. And then up in Macau, we've got Magpies Crusaders, Western Pride. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. A few members of the pit have made the flight up to Mackay for that one. Any excuse for a trip up to Mackay at this time of year. And then tomorrow, Mitchelton Caboolture, 4 p.m. Strikers Sunshine Coast Fire, 6 p.m. You can catch all of those games on FQTV, live and on demand. Eventually, a delayed call for the free kick after Colson is deemed to have been fouled in coming together. A very tight race in the FQPL competition as they chase the promotion spots.
Well, the two games over the weekend, Redlands versus Southside Eagles and Brisbane Strikers versus Sunshine Coast, they're two critical games in this title race.
So we have another free kick, and just quick discussion from Mitchinson. I think it's going to be a first and final warning there for Butel. He's a third of the way to the best Art Barisha hat-trick of a goal assist and a yellow card.
One of the best.
Across the sideline. So we'll try again with the throw-in. And Cheshire just, I'm allowed to talk to the referee, and then a lunging intervention by Roach. And they'll be forced to go on the defensive again from the corner, and update from the FQPL 2 game that is underway as well. Wolves 1-0 up over Taringa. As South West Queensland go for the defence once again. In comes the corner towards the near post. And I tell you what, the line of sight there had me thinking that might have been in the back of the net, but it was off a Thunder player for another corner.
Well, considering the chances they created earlier in the game off the Marek Madley header. Oh, so close, but they'll get another chance here.
A lofted delivery this time, punched away by Radburn, but still in the 18-yard box. And with a whole lot of other options at his disposal, Butel smokes that one behind, so we're going to have a corner coming from the near side now.
Plenty of corners to start this game.
And Rochedale will be thinking, 20 minutes in, they've created the chances to at least have one. Get a glimpse at the bottom of the screen of the new grandstand that's been built here at Underwood Park. It's a low ball now to the top of the box, changing the angle. Clipped in towards the back post, and quite amount what they would have been hoping for. Butel shaped to put the laces through it, but instead checked it, and now that could work out really well. Phillip, he's going to be first to the ball, just holding it up for support to come through. Hall out now for Phillip. He's got space to measure this cross back there, and with the necessary intervention, and now Rochedale looking to go on the counter. Not enough on that one from Mardley. And it's all happening now, end-to-end action, as the ball eventually finds its way to Big B. Now Perez. One of the season signings from Capalaba. He scored the 1 goal for them, but 5 goals this year for Thunder, so I think he's enjoying his life up the range.
100%. He's fitting in well with the club. Here he's on the ball again.
And he'll clip it through with a measured ball, and an excellent first touch there by Hall. And just a bit of a nervous moment at the back there, and MacArthur had to put that one behind for the corner. So on the turn.
Here he is. Just lacing it through, a nice lofted pass, diagonal ball. Hall couldn't quite manage the perfect first touch, but nonetheless it's a corner and a chance for South West Queensland Thunder after going 1-0 up in the first 10 minutes.
Phillip was one of the goal scorers midweek against Strikers in that 4-2 win. And here they come from the corner. Swinging delivery, finding the head there of Munster, and you know what, I actually think he almost could have put that one on target and forced a save out of Lugo.
I think he was a bit surprised by it. I don't think he was expecting to receive the corner, and all of a sudden it was on his head, but a half chance there for South West Queensland Thunder.
Indeed it was. And now, Lugo once again with the ball at his feet, very comfortable with that as a keeper, which I think you have to do now in 2022.
Yes. A new style of play.
Explains why I never made it as a goalkeeper, but anyway, that and an inability to reach the crossbar. But this isn't a therapy session, this is an FQPL game, and now a loose touch there is pounced on by Gasky, but was able to be won back there by Kuskieri. Kahinde has got 3 defenders around him. I think the Thunder know exactly how dangerous he can be.
He's proven it so far, pushing up when there's a chance on for Rochedale, and even that run he had earlier in the game, beating 2 or 3 players.
But now once again, Hall, he's coming forward in the last few minutes from his fullback position there, and could still work out there with Butel storming forward, and almost a lunging challenge from Tabion, and he did have the studs showing there.
That was, yes, a free kick awarded to South West Queensland Thunder. As we take another look at it, Hall's ball was a good one. Butel just couldn't get on the end of it, and then an aggressive challenge on the edge of the 18-yard box.
To be completely honest here, I'm not quite sure that was a pass that Hall would have been hoping for, but Butel was storming onto it. Almost led to the first touch. It's just a little bit too heavy. But in the meantime now, we'll go for the free kick. It's like it's going to be the left foot of Clayton Souza. Dummy. Instead, it's Perez with the free kick. Just putting that one over the crossbar.
Looking like more of a shot rather than a ball into the area. He's got the talent, Perez, if he wanted to nail it from that far out.
Well, he's dangerous from set pieces, as we've seen this season, and to continue on with that. Kahinde inside. Another diagonal ball, and Cheshire can keep this one in. He might have a bit of space to make something happen as he sends it back now for Melville. Kuskieri will drive that one all the way out for Colson. Kuskieri is just got in the way a little bit there, and Michelle just a little bit disjointed sometimes in possession as they try and find a way through, and Marley Hill feathered that one through, and well done. Gasky coming off the line. And I don't think there was too much in that foul, as it looked like it might have been Rossi coming forward. If the replay can check that one out, and they see the idea, and Rossi going for the ball. He just might have collected Radburn there on the shin.
Body on the line stuff for Radburn.
Confident keeping.
Yes.
Perez now chesting that one down despite the nice attention of Rossi. And then a lunging challenge there, and I think given what was happening the other way, that is going to be a justified yellow card there for Sam Noy. And a yellow card there for the centre back.
His touch just letting him down, and then he had to make the challenge, otherwise Rochedale would have been on the attack in a threatening position.
Definitely, and he didn't miss with the connection on Warrilow, who might have had his eyes lighting up with a chance to get a shot on target. So now the chance for the free kick. Would you say that is maybe just over 25 yards?
I'll agree with you there.
Geography was never my strong point, so that's a brave call. Tall targets to aim for. As you see there, MacArthur just dummying a couple of runs. That one's a shot on target in the end. It's comfortably claimed by Radburn. Only his second appearance of the season, Monty Radburn. The backup for Ben Wood, who is one of I count 5 late outs for the Thunder.
Yeah, so including their 2 centre backs. So their defence is it's a new look defence tonight, and they're coming away from home. They're 1-0 up. That's what they'll be leaning on as this game goes on.
Definitely. You saw Jacob Bigby. He started in midfield during the week, and he's now like he's holding down one of the central defender spots. It's been a bit of a reshuffle. And a couple of the other players that are out as well. Will Orford and Jack Debortoli, and the goalkeeper Ben Wood. And Debortoli might be one of the better young players they've got at Southwest Queensland Thunder as well. The Toowoomba Grammar First 11 product as well. His absence, well, would be missed, but it's been a strong showing thus far from his teammates. One is flipped forward for pressure, but he can only watch that as it goes over the sideline. Throwing goes straight to Mardley, and he'll get it on the left foot and blocked well by Bigby. A lofted ball towards the back post and almost there for Yinka Kahinde. Control well by Gasky. And Perez, who's just the conductor pulling the strings in midfield so far. Well, I think he missed a beat with that pass. And a strong coming together between Mardley and Perez, and surprisingly, Mardley, as he is wont to do, it's want with an O, a little bit fired up about that one.
Well, in the heat of battle, half an hour in, they're down 1-0 at home. Needs to lift his side and inspire his side. They haven't been going too bad. They've created plenty of chances, but just yet to capitalise.
So not too happy with that pass, as you might have heard on the effects mic. Schieri. Back it goes once again. Rochedale forced to check all the way back with Tabion. About trying their luck down the attacking right, but instead it'll go over to the left. Took over half an hour played. Kahinde is able to skip past Roach. And with the left foot across it, and there's Mardley, and there's the chance that Rochedale would have been hoping for with the deflection. And Marek Mardley levels proceedings.
The two men so threatening in attack. Yinka Kahinde down that left-hand side. We've seen that on numerous occasions tonight. And then Marek Mardley doing what he does best, getting on the end of crosses and putting the ball in the back of the net.
And Mardley with goal number 14 of the season now. And, well, certainly a valuable one there for Rochedale. And felt like it had been coming, but you have to think that Noy's probably kicking himself there after getting ahead to it, and all it did was just put it right into the path of the big striker. So, quarter of an hour to go until the halftime break, and it is 1 apiece. It's top of the table, FQPL clash. And Thunder looking to strike back instantly. Intended target, it's Munster. And it goes Gasky out very wide now for the measured cross over the top of everybody in the box as Phillip is the closest Thunder target. Cheshire. Phillip able to knock that one down for Perez. Here's Munster. He might fancy his chances from range. Real sends it off. Another deflection that could break now for Butel, but off his line well was Lugo.
Great keeping there by Lugo, coming off his line quickly. Not fearful, not worried, putting his body on the line. Both keepers have done that so far in this first half.
And they've been very busy, and we could see Radburn called into action again, but it's well defended. There is Yinka Kahinde threatening down that far touchline.
It was that man again, yes, with all the pace, getting the touch ahead, and then just couldn't quite measure his cross. It was well defended there by
Roach, as he was able to get back and just stick a foot out to send it there behind the big fence. Roach, 22nd minute substitute against Strikers. So we'll have to go 90 minutes here tonight at Underwood Park. Runs are made. It's towards the near post, just over the head of Colson. Could be coming back in once again. One there by Phillip. That ball is played through and actually got back on the recovery to Jackson Rossi. Rossi's an interesting story. He's been at Rovers since 2015 and was called up into the first team as just a 16-year-old. They like him here at Underwood Park.
Yeah, kind of a sink or swim moment for Rossi, but
here is Yinka Kahinde again, but that's as far as that attack will go, is caught out by the offside trap. Thunder now enjoying a spell in possession. They've been playing quite a lot on the counter-attack so far tonight, but it has worked quite well for them as they've just sort of acted rather than taking too much time to think about what they're going to do.
Well, it got them the early goal in the opening 10 minutes, but yeah, now it's just the pattern of play settling in, and they're finding a lot more time and space on the ball, which is giving their forward men some more opportunities.
This is round 14 of the FQPL competition. James Coughlin and Josh Masamisi in commentary this evening on FQTV. Very pleased to have your company. We've got a lot of FQ action to choose from tonight, but got a good one for you. It's all square so far. From Luke Butel and Marek Mardley. Phillip might be trying to put his name on the score sheet with his forward foray. Keeping a very close eye on him, and Perez is lofted into the box, but deflected on there is Butel, and he'll try and play it across. Well defended by MacArthur. On the attack as Munster showed a bit too much of it to Warrilow. All the way back for Noy. Time now for Radburn. Remaining until half time now. And a run made by Cheshire if he can get round the keeper, and well saved there by Radburn. He had to get that one right. I think he was outside his box, and Cheshire did to go for the shot rather than trying to dribble around the keeper. Now the ball into the back of the box. Yinka Kahinde. And a couple of gilt-edged chances for the home side.
Well, Radburn, again, he's shown what he's capable of. He'll come out, he's aggressive. He come out, made the save, and then here we go. Yinka Kahinde getting on the end of this one, just couldn't quite get it goal bound.
And straight between Roach and Noy with that run as well. It was a beautifully weighted cross from Melville. To Radburn, just sending everyone forward. Mucking about. Down the other end of the pitch. Rossi will feed it through for Mardley. Flag has stayed down. He'll drill that one across. Yinka Kahinde there at the back post. And a desperation block from Roach. I do not know how much he knew about that.
This duo, they are connecting. They're firing on all cylinders. Madley again, the ball into the area, this time hard and low. Yinka Kahinde did well to control it. And then the defense of Thunder just closing down the shot.
Yeah, Brendan Roach showing why he was man of the match from the Townsville All-Stars game when he played for Thunder in their 4-1 win back in January. Very close to Yinka Kahinde there as the ball goes in. It could be there, and making no mistake was Liam MacArthur, and he just had to toe poke that one home, and Rovers have the lead.
They've had a number of corners tonight, Rochedale Rovers, and this one pays off for them. The ball into the area, just couldn't clear it if you're Southwest Queensland Thunder, and Rochedale Rovers now go 2-1 up with the final 5 minutes approaching in the first half.
And that had been coming. It was a testing delivery into the 6-yard box, and unfortunately for Radburn, he just couldn't get to it, and it basically meant that MacArthur would just poke home for his first goal of the season. Thunder looking to break in numbers off the kickoff. Only 5 players forward quickly. Tavion taking the ball off Perez. Drilled towards Cheshire, but not enough angle on that. Now Phillip. Goes out Cheshire, he's got room to run. Cheshire, he might fancy a strike himself. He'll try and go across to the back post. And Madley was sliding in again. And Rovers have really turned up the heat in the last 5 minutes.
Yes, they have. Again, this right-hand side, it's been troublesome for Thunder. The ball getting played in. Radburn just did enough if he put Madley off at all. And Madley just a tad too slow in the end.
It almost looked like Cheshire might have been in a little bit of two minds there, thinking, do I go towards the far post, which it looked like Radburn would have had covered, or do I try and bend it around to the run of Madley, who is a bit of a specialist at making those runs into the back post as well. He's scoring at the game winner against Brisbane Roar when he was with Gold Coast Knights last year in that way. There's a big target to aim for, and he might be the target here. One's lofted in there, and keeper didn't come. And Cheshire now, he'll try and square it across, and that eventually gets deflected behind, despite the best efforts of Munster to send that one over the sideline. So another corner for Rochedale.
Very important for Thunder that they hold out here. Don't want to concede another goal this close to half-time.
Getting put under the pump at the moment. Bodies in and around that 6-yard box and make life tough for Radburn, but Phillip was able to do it there. And then the shot from range, and oh my goodness, what a strike! How about that from Alex Warlow? Top corner, there was no stopping that.
Well, when he got the ball, everyone was thinking, is he going to take it on? Is he going to shoot? What's he going to do with it? One touch and then bang! Straight in the top left-hand corner. What a goal from Alex Warillo, and Rochedale Rovers find themselves 3-1 up in the first half.
And that is definitely worthy of the group celebration as well from Warillo. That is a memorable strike. I think we might be seeing that on the goals of the week on the FQ socials.
I think it'll make an appearance, James, 100%.
So 3-1 now for Rochedale, and just in the last 11 minutes, they've really put a bit of distance between themselves and Southwest Queensland. And perhaps more importantly, you know, it might be a bit early to be talking about this, but if this result holds, it would open up a 4-point buffer between them and the Thunder at the top of the table.
Well, they've come to life after having a very slow start and creating plenty of opportunities but unable to capitalise on a number of them. 3 goals to 1. That'll make the coaching staff of Rochedale pretty happy, along with the players.
Ross Davidson, the new head coach for the season, and he's working wonders here at Underwood Park. It's been close. I've been able to get over the hump in the last couple of years, and I can actually say the same, to be fair, about Southwest Queensland. They've been pushing for promotion. He's not quite able to finish the job. It's going to shape up as an excellent second half of the season in this competition as well. So most of the divisions we've got at the moment, they're all actually shaping up as some pretty tight runs home.
It's a hotly contested competition board along the lines of Football Queensland. And plenty of talent in a lot of sides, as we've seen tonight.
Definitely. So Thunder restarting the action. Sousa will see it off, and here it goes with Munster, but losing out in midfield is all the way back. Rochedale seemingly just happy to size things up, as we've got a score update for you from that game taking place out at the Compass Grounds. Redlands 2-1 over Southside Eagles, and it's going to be a tough backup for Southside Eagles. They were in Australia Cup action on Wednesday night, losing late to Sunshine Coast Fire.
Plenty of fixtures coming quick and thick. Obviously multiple competitions, but also the rain washed out games we had earlier in the year, causing multiple scheduling troubles.
And Tabion was collected late there. We may be coming back for the yellow card, but in the meantime, forward for Yinka Kahinde. Advantage now for the hosts. Now going to the box. That one's drilled across, and we'll call that one a perfectly planned interception from Bigby. Now Perez. He'll launch that one forward for Phillip to chase, and get his left foot to it, and we'll get nodded, not quite behind, actually quite inventive defending there from MacArthur and Melville. And going up for the throw-in.
Well, for Phillip, they're just trying to keep the ball in play. No one in the box for Thunder.
Now returning to action as Hall throwing, now gets it over for Bigby. Drive that ball out through the far side with Roach. Enjoying a chance to get forward, as he's spent most of the first half chasing Olaid Yinka Kahinde. And that will be the end of an eventful first half, Josh. Rochedale 3-1 up over Southwest Queensland.
Yes, a great half, plenty of goals. 2 different storylines, you could say, with Thunder making a good start with the first goal, but then Rochedale coming to life.
It was Luke Butel with the opening goal after 8 minutes. Marek Martley leveled proceedings on 31. Liam MacArthur from close range after 39 minutes. And then Alex Warlow went bang from long range. We'll be back with the second half on FQTV after these messages.
Today we're at Goodwin Park, home of Olympic FC, with the equaliser campaign yet again. We were very lucky tonight. We actually had Stephen Huang, the candidate for the LNP, and Graham Perrott, who's the ALP member for this electorate. Fantastic home crowd that we had, and they actually got to talk to the crowd and tell them their plans about how they will be committing to female football going forward. We're investing in Olympic FC. not only for the future, but potentially as a training base for the Women's World Cup next year. Why the Equaliser campaign? Well, the Equaliser campaign is part of Legacy 23. Football Australia put the Legacy 23 plan together to try and leverage the FIFA Women's World Cup, which is coming next year to Australia and New Zealand. Community facilities are an integral part of improving the capacity and capability of clubs all across the country, and Equaliser plays its part. We identified that only 35% of female facilities across the nation are actually female friendly, and we're aiming for 100%. So the Equaliser campaign is calling upon all sides of politics to support women's football through female-friendly facilities that give enclosed showers, toilets and change and make it a safe, inviting environment for them. If I had one message to Stephen and Graham, moving on from this event today, it's that you've seen how important this club is to the community. Now all you've got to do is invest in that community and deliver for female players within this club to make sure that they have equal opportunities, the same as the men.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Vito Sports pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your football family. A family has legends you look up to. And the up-and-comers. A family pitches in and works together as a team. We have the ones who keep us in check, and we motivate each other to be the best. Be the best! But it's my brothers and my sisters who always have my back. That's why even my real family love my football family. So what are you waiting for? Join our team. Come on!
Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of this FQPL Round 14 clash between Rochedale and Southwest Queensland Thunder on FQTV. James Conklin and Josh Masanisi in commentary for you this evening. It is the home side, Rochedale, up 3-1, thanks to goals from Marek Mardley, Liam MacArthur and Alex Warrilow. The goal for the host was scored after 8 minutes by Luke Butel, who you can see in the foreground of your shot. Players go through some last-minute warm-ups, and it will now be Thunder kicking from left to right on your screen, however you're tuning in. FQTV, the home of NPL, FQPL, and a whole lot more. It is a busy period now for both sides, and we are back underway as Thunder try and erase this 2-goal deficit. Early interception there as Thunder now get the ball back. Really briefly, however, and Josh, Rochedale dominated possession in that first half, and that is not a good sign there as Yinka Kahinde looks like he might be a little bit hobbled.
Yes, no, he was threatening in the first half. Plenty of attacks. Set up a goal, scored 1-2, I believe. No, he didn't. He didn't score one.
Just felt like he did.
Yeah, felt like he did with the chances they created, but yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Well, he'll be put to work there as out in that battle with Roach. Part of a makeshift Thunder defence there. As like there was a bit of a trip on the ball by Wade Hall. Wilfred Phillip has been a popular attacking outlet for the Thunder in the first half as well. It's kind of the two opposite left wingers.
They have done the damage for either side. And I must make mention, Luke Butel, he's been impressive so far too in the first half for Thunder, so hopefully he can carry that good form into the next 45 minutes.
One of the many Thunder juniors in this side, Luke Butel, had 7 senior appearances last year, but has racked up 12 in the FQPL thus far. There's Jacob Bigby, he can only play that one over the sideline under close attention from Marek Mardley, and it'll be Cheshire, the captain, to put the throw in, or he'll defer in the end to Matt Melville, but you can actually see some action on the Rochedale bench. It looks like Sam Rigard might be being made ready as he's tried to retrieve the ball there, and that could be the first change we see in this match, possibly with Yinka Kahinde being put in cotton wool ahead of Tuesday's Australia Cup qualifier.
Well, if you've got Sam Rigard sitting on the bench, he's not a bad replacement to have, so it'd be handy to use him to make sure Yinka Kahinde is all set and primed for Tuesday night. But both great players.
Yes, and Rigard just getting some final instructions. I think it's usually the giveaway when you see the player without their substitute bib getting final word. But in the meantime, Yinka Kahinde will take up station just inside the 18-yard box with Noy. Like he'll be tasked with marking him when he does actually come onside or not. Mardley with a little bit of a slip, but he's a target for this one, and Mardley almost got the second goal of the match. And Bigby play it forward now. Souza, Phillip. Bigby managed to fake out the Rochedale defender, and that one's won back by MacArthur. Tabby on over now for to play the ball forward. It was Melville trying to bring it under control and storming forward. Cheshire, he's got 2 options in the middle, but he can't get it by the first defender, Rossi. There is conductor in the first half, and Kahinde, well, I think he's all right after picking off that pass, and he'll go now for Cheshire. He'll take the shot on, but a little bit under that.
A bit sloppy coming out of the back for Thunder. And as you said, Cheshire just hitting it underneath the ball, not able to get it on target. But a bit of a chance there for Rochedale.
There might have been just a little bit of a bobble after that first touch. And we'll just wait and see if the change is being made. You can see Yinka Kahinde in the, well, just exiting to the right of your screen. And this could be on for the Thunder as Phillip has shot a little bit too much of the ball now, but like they're winning it back as Gasky. Phillip, two pink shirts around him, will feed it back, and now looking for the head of Rodriguez, or Perez Rodriguez. And just quite finding its intended target. And Colson, another ex-Capalabar player. Tabion. And now all the way back for Lugo. He's maintained his spot in the starting lineup despite the return to health of Tom Carroll, who missed the first few months of the season. With all the postponements, he actually hasn't missed too many games and started in the midweek cup tie against Broadbeach.
Yes, two handy goalkeepers too for your side. But Luco has been really solid tonight. Very aggressive off his line and making some big saves.
Providing his defenders with another outlet to pass the ball to. It's not on. It could work out well. Yinka Kahinde, he's in space. He should go himself. He just might. Yinka Kahinde and just sprays it wide.
Marek.
As Radburn, I think, was possibly feeling a little bit fortunate. I thought there might have been a bit of space there at the near post.
Well, Marek Madley streaming down the middle. You're right, Yinka Kahinde had plenty of options, and Madley just putting their arms up, asking where was the ball, where was the delivery. He earned the shot, Yinka Kahinde, after his first half performance.
And Madley just doing what any striker will do and say, you know, I want to take the shot on. But they're both proven goal scorers, safe to say. Kahinde with 3 in the league this year. For Cheshire with a clever first touch now, and he'll get the ball back. Greg Cheshire, and he'll send it right back down Warrellow. Instead of a 4 for Yinka Kahinde, it's 4 for Rochedale, and everything is breaking the way of the home side.
Yes, fantastic teamwork. Again, the right-hand channel for Rochedale, bringing plenty of success. A great team goal, and as we see here on the replay, Yinka Kahinde finishing off a nice cross into the area. That's 4-1 for Rochedale against Southwest Queensland Thunder.
The same score it was when they met on Good Friday up in the Rangers.
If they grab any more Rochedale, they'll be looking at the largest win for the season.
And meanwhile, you know, it was good work there from Cheshire to actually get his head up and target Warrellow with that pass. And the way that he hit it, it just bounced off the deflection there, and Yinka Kahinde got a reward for his endeavours. Pretty sure Warrellow only really scores belters from outside the box anyway, as we saw in the first half. And now Thunder, they'll try and build on this attack and just get themselves back into the match. Perez going to be the one to get them back into it there as Warrellow commits the foul. And we'll bring you some of the scores from around the grounds as it stands. A full-time score from the NPL men's competition, lined 7-0 over Brisbane City. So just back there, Souza battles with Tabion for the ball. Matt Jones was sent off after 8 minutes for City, making their life very tough in the Brisbane Classico. Well, one of Alex Tabion's former clubs, Gold Coast United, they're up 4-1 over Olympic.
Wow.
Lofted ball in, trying to find a friendly head, but instead finds a long ball forward for Mardley, and he's just unable to win the foot race to the ball. I want to say, there's Ridgard still being made ready on the sideline. We've been talking about him for over 5 minutes now, but he will make his way onto the pitch eventually, I'm sure.
Riega Kahinde's come good after that initial lame limp he had. Obviously scoring a goal in the meantime.
Late drama out at the Compass Grounds as well. Redlands 2-1 over Southside Eagles with a 90th minute winner over 10-man Southside Eagles. We'll catch up on all those highlights and everything on FQTV. Highlights from this game as well as that cross goes in. It's comfortably claimed by Radburn. A bit too far, therefore Butel. And it looks like we may have Colson getting sent back to take the throw in the correct location. I'll make that 5-1 now down at Talabudra. Colson will play that one forward, but Roach will retrieve. The ball gets his pocket picked. Now the low ball to the near post, and Bigby with the necessary intervention there as good work pressing from the front from Rochedale.
Yes, Jesse Bigby standing in, as we mentioned earlier, for the 2 key outs for Thunder. And just doing well to get his right leg there. Madley, that man, jogging on the spot, waiting for any opportunity that comes his way. He's the leading goal scorer in the competition. Wouldn't surprise you if he found another one on that occasion, but they do have a corner Rochedale, which has been the theme of the night.
And it will be the in-swinging left-footed delivery of Scott Colson. Trying to put pressure on the young keeper, and Thunder had got up to it and eventually chested down, and back goes Warrilow. This is his range. Instead he'll try and play the pass through. Just a bit too narrow of an angle there for his teammate to run onto, and behind it goes for a goal kick as we inch closer to the hour mark.
Just didn't have enough time to get a shot away, Warrilow. We saw what he can do, and this time just looking to float the ball into the 18-yard box. As you said, a bit too much pepper on it.
Tabion is on the ball. Ninka Kahinde, and once again it's just breaking there for Rossi. That pass just can't quite find its intended target, and here comes Thunder again. Surging ball forward, and once again trying to get it to Gasky, but couldn't quite control that. Tabion back for Lugo. Theory back now, Tabion. Send it over for Rossi. And Tabion just exchanging passes as size up their options. Tabion trying to pick out Mardley with the pass, but just under enough pressure to dispossess him. Kahinde going for a bit of a flight there, and he'll send it all the way back for Colson. Tabion just has to escape the on-rushing Gasky. I mentioned this a couple of times, Josh. It is a busy run coming up for Rochedale as well.
Yes, they've got a cup game in round 7 against Penn Power, and then they find themselves up against Redlands
on Friday night as well. So no rest for the wicked.
No.
Or the FQPL, I suppose. And Avion feels confident that the flag has gone up for offside, and that's why he feels so confident. We will have the first change now taking place. Just wait for the confirmation. It is Yinka Kahinde withdrawn on the hour mark, and Sam Ridgard coming off. We also have another change coming up. Cooper McCormick, he'll be on as well. And he will come on for Jake Kuskieri.
Both Kuskieri and Yinka Kahinde having solid outings. Of course, Yinka Kahinde coming up with plenty of great plays.
Be replaced by number 9, Sam Ridgard, and number 11, Cooper McCormack.
And we just get confirmation from the ground announcer. First touch for Ridgard. And 1 by Roach. Switching ball out from Big B, and he's able to pick out Hall. And back it goes now. Noy. So far, Noy, only player in the game to receive a yellow card. I don't think they're putting the cue in the rack, Josh, but it certainly looks like they're just happy to see off the Thunder threat at the moment, although if this turns into a goal, it could be a different story.
Yes, well, with the buffer they have at the moment, they can just control proceedings, push the ball around, and they don't have to press for anything drastic. While Thunder, on the other hand, will be looking to try and pinch a goal and get themselves back into this game.
But it won't come from that, though. Rochedale won't get another goal from that one if the flag had gone up for offside. And just largely out of frustration, belted that one behind the goal, so he might have to get one of the spare footballs. So heading into this game, Rochedale 7 wins, 3 draws and a loss for 24 points. Meanwhile, South West Queensland 7 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats, so they had played an extra game, 23 points. In the FQPL, every point matters. And it was a big win for Redlands as well. As Redlands on the live ladder as it stands. Will just stay 2 points behind Rochedale, so it's going to be a Friday night blockbuster on FQTV when those two face off. We'll be back here in Underwood Park. In the meantime, Souza. Well defended by Colson.
Yes. Rochedale doing what they have to. They're getting back in numbers, ensuring that Thunder have no chance of finding their way back into this game. They will have a corner here though, Thunder, so hopefully they can manage something from their perspective.
So in comes the corner from Perez towards the back post, and 3 Thunder players went up for it. Might bring that one under control and direct it towards Matt Lugo's goal. And the Rochedale custodian will just put that one into the night sky. It might be called on again as Thunder are back in possession and moved there by Hall. And back it goes. McCormick, it's taken up station out on the left flank. Yeah. Beautiful switch of play there from Warrilow out wide. No forward options. Tavion will go all the way back for Matt Lugo. Will give McCormick something to chase, and he's able to retrieve that with a bit of a step over, and he'll get fouled right on the edge of the box as the former Roar Academy player. That was a little bit too quick.
That was some great play there from Cooper McCormick, driving hard into the area. Almost got around the defender.
And doesn't get any easier for Roach either. He has been dealing with Yinka Kahinde all night, and actually it looks like maybe a yellow card possibly for, or it could be a substitution actually. We'll just wait for confirmation. Whenever it comes. Seeing what you're seeing at the moment. Well, we've got about 25 minutes of normal time remaining, plus stoppages. There's the referee, Rachel Mitchinson, just let's wait for the whistle, and moves the Thunder wall back the required 10 yards. We'll just keep an eye on this, Josh. We've seen plenty of gamesmanship as they might try and take a step forward with the referee's back turn. Meantime, it's a low driving delivery across the face of goal, and then attempted snap at the ball. Cheshire retrieving. Plays in the middle calling for it, but able to clear their lines. Thunder, Perez. And a yellow card shown for Perez after he thought he'd been fouled, so he stuck his hand out. And in the end, it's going to actually be a free kick for Rochedale for that infringement. Let's see if we can get the replay of that.
You see it very often with players going down and reaching for the ball to stop play. On this occasion, it hasn't worked out for Perez. The referee siding with Rochedale. She was going to let play go on. But now they have a set piece.
A few targets waiting for in the box, but instead they'll send it down the sideline. Towards the top of the 18-yard box, but the player there is Butel. Phillip. He's the leading goal scorer for Thunder this season. Has also scored 5 in 2021. Still on the Thunder lineup. Was last was 3rd overall on the team golden boot. Ball goes out Roach as he'll try and square it back. And here it goes for a throw in. So Thunder starting to push forward a little bit more now as they realise that if anything is going to happen, they need to get a goal and do so fairly quickly. We just have confirmation of a substitution. You can see there at the point of the attack, 23, Mesa Caso. So replaced Gasky. That might have been the change just before. Now here they go into the box. A shot taken from range, and there's no stopping that bullet from close range. And what a backfoot there. Cooper McCormick, the substitute. I think it's had its impact in the game already.
Yes, the substitute, Cooper McCormick. We saw before his fancy footwork driving into the box. This time again, except he goes to the left and puts his laces through it. That's a fantastic goal. As just when they thought Yinka Kahinde was off, they'll get a rest. On comes Cooper McCormick, causing plenty of trouble. That's 5 goals to 1 now in favour of Rochedale.
And a pretty decent evening to have Ladies' Day at Rochedale as well. They're putting on a show.
Yes, coming to the ground, you wouldn't expect this to be the case, considering the top of the table clash and what is at stake in the FQPL 1 competition. It's a logjam at the top of the table. And after a slow start, as we have pointed out it was Thunder 1-0 up, but Rochedale, in front of their home fans, sprung to life. Plenty of goals. And find themselves in the driver's seat.
So, according to the records I've got as well, Josh, that was actually McCormick's 6th goal in his 6th appearance of the season. So, certainly coming along quite well, and it's his first appearance since the 7th of May. So now, put their laces through it and get some NPL women's action from Goodwin Park. Souths get one back on Olympic. That goes all the way back. And Perez. Just still bring up some advice for his young team, and Roach now, he's got to step in the box perhaps, and in the end, can only watch as that one rolls into the welcoming arms of Matt Lugo. And Cheshire is the target for that pass, but didn't quite his intended target, and out it goes Hall with the delivery into the box, and just too close there to Lugo. There were Queso and Utel were the waiting parties. And Colson. And they're just trying to get their press sorted. We're trying to pick out McCormick. Good, goes all the way back to its original source. Colson via Rossi. Tabion. Excellent first touch there by Colson, and we'll try and feed it down again. Here's McCormick. Can he keep it in? As Roach just using the muscle there to nudge him off the ball.
Got very physical, as he had to. Cooper McCormick's caused him some trouble since he's been on. He's got his measure on that occasion, and doing plenty of work too, up and down the right-hand flank.
And that pass is picked off there. Now Mardley, he's going into the box. He'll try and cut back onto his right foot. His momentum stopped, and lunging, challenging here. Warrilow, he could be in trouble here. And a red card for Alex Warrilow as he went in studs showing on Roach.
Well, Roach has been getting through plenty of work, and here he is again, toiling in the middle of the park. Alex Warrilow, the goal scorer in the first half with that absolute stunner, has been shown a straight red for that challenge. There's a bit of concern here for Roach.
And that, well, you could hear that challenge in the microphones as well on the ground. And you can see while Cheshire is just going to possibly argue his case, that was not a good challenge, if I'm being honest there, Josh.
Not at all. 5-1 up to Rochedale. It didn't really need to happen.
And so that means that Warrilow, who has been so important for them in the middle of the park, scored that belter of a goal just before half-time. He's now going to miss at least the Penn Power game on Tuesday night. And that is not a match that Rochedale would want to be going in on demand for.
No, Penn Power being the force they are.
As Warrilow just taking his time to get off the pitch.
Of course, you want all hands on deck against Penn Power, and not only that, he's, depending on how long he misses, it could hurt Rochedale Rovers' run at the moment, as they are 6 games unbeaten in this competition.
A sour ending to what has been an otherwise spectacular night for Warrilow and Rochedale overall. So, another question for Ross Davidson. What changes will he make to shore up that midfield? He does have a couple of options. And here's Rossi. Remaining midfielders, and Good to see McCormick drop in to add an extra body, as has Cheshire as well.
Game plan's very simple for Rochedale to close out the remainder of this game. Keep the ball. Don't take too many chances.
Well, good news is as well, Roach is okay after that punching challenge. He's back up on his feet and battling for the ball now. And here's Hall skipping by the challenge. He's got Queso making a run in front of him. If he can pick him out, and he does. There's our Queso, and now back it goes. Souza, he'll take the shot on from range and fire it over the crossbar.
Yes, picking up the ball in a similar place Rillo did in the first half. He had to generate all the power he could, and as we just saw, it flew over the crossbar. But that's what they need to do, Thunder, take as many chances as they can.
And look, I know this is still very early to be talking about this, even though we are officially in the back end, or back half of the season. High there from Mudley and Perez. Eventually the free kick going the way of Rochedale. But just thinking, Josh, they've got to really think about goal difference as well, because not only have Rochedale been able to add 5 to their tally tonight, which would put them on plus 13 as it stands, they've also taken 4 off Southwest Queensland, which would put them on only plus 5 on the season.
Yes, and with Redlands getting the job done tonight and Strikers playing tomorrow, yes, you're 100% right. These games.
And that ball is clipped forward now, and Rochedale, they'll look to go on the attack and go for the back heel. Shot taken across the keeper, and that one was fired across the face by Matt Melville.
As we were talking, these games, they're important for goal difference when they get out to like this, and here was a chance for
Melville.
Rochedale and Melville to put another one in the back of the net.
Penning through the thoughts of Mardley there, just waiting at the back post. Down into the middle of the pitch. Mardley can't get by left of Roach, who really has been put through the ringer tonight. I think he'll be too keen to come back to Underwood Park. And it's not even as though he's really had a bad game. He's been matched up against a couple of Rochdale's best players tonight. Meanwhile, here goes Perez. He gets clipped in towards the back, and so can't quite head that one down. Butel, he'll play it back. Shot taken on. Quite the effort that Hall would have been hoping for.
Well, just some space opening up now that Rochedale are down to 10 men. Thunder just putting some passes together and creating a few opportunities, but that's the second shot now. It's gone way wide and way over the top.
And as we get closer to the full-time whistle, you get the feeling Eric Mardley will be cutting a lonelier figure up top as side possibly just tries to preserve their 5-1 advantage. Roach switching play, but just put it too close there for Melville to intervene. No nonsense clearance from MacArthur. One of Rochedale's 5 goal scorers tonight. So the club's young player of the year in the past. Here's Hall. Oh, he's not going to stop running, and I can see a substitution for the host being made ready. And now here's Roach. He's into the box, and the shot looked like it was going wide, but it also hit the on-rushing Coulson to try and close that one out. And I think we will now have our change possibly, or is it a throw-in? Coulson back on his feet. Oh, that's a corner, I beg your pardon. False start. Perez, and eventually he'll fire that one into the box. Souza with the nod down, and then some strike from range from Butel. He wasn't mucking around. Able to pick out Roach. He can only support out wide. He'll check it in. Munster. now for Roach. And space, as does Munster now, to put the cross into the box. And it's by the first defender, but not the second. And they're just holding the ball up for the hosts. Play
Substitution
off
for
Munster.
Rochedale Rovers, number 5, Matthew Melville off, or number 24, Aidan Bender.
And there we go, defensive substitution there. Melville off and Bender on.
He's getting some fresh legs on to close out the remaining 10 minutes of this game. It's been a very solid performance from Rochedale.
And Bender has been quite a dependable option off the bench for Rochedale as well. I remember in the season opening game, which actually I think might have technically been round 3 because of all the postponements and whatnot, he came off the bench when Alex Tamion injured his calf, I want to say, and proved to be a more than adequate fill-in now, and a loose pass, and it could be pounced on now as they round the keeper and makes no mistake, and it sits of the best there as Sam Rigard just rounds off a comprehensive victory for Rochedale.
Another substitute making a big impact in the game. Sam Rigard getting the touch on, pulling the keeper out, beating him, and then a nice calm finish. As coolly as you like in front of the Rochedale fans.
So 6 goals now for Rochedale, 6 different goal scorers. I think this is very much the definition of a team performance. And now we will have the changes being made. Coming off now is Roach. And also coming off there, I believe it might also be Noy. So coming on in at 22, Ismail Uzbek. And we'll just confirm the last remaining substitute when we get the opportunity. Souza. Line up, and here is that other substitute wearing 13, Jace Simpson. There's a young bench after 5 late changes from the team list that we had, Josh, as well. And I think that really probably has impacted the Thunder lineup as well, where it is unfortunate when you've got an undermanned side going into this sort of game, but you know, the players that are out there are deemed good enough to play, so that's just the way that tonight has unfolded for the Thunder.
Well, yes, coming to an away trip to Rochedale to face first position, and when your heart of your defence gets taken out, then it's always going to be a challenge as Rochedale on the attack once more.
As Cheshire playing it through now, and a bit of a tired finish there. Well, maybe not tired. I don't know what Cooper McCormick would have to be tired about, but you could see he instantly went and apologised to Mardley there for not squaring it to him.
Yes, 100%. But it's hard. It's hard for Thunder when the Hardy defence, as I was saying, gets taken out, and they've done their best. It looked like, you know, the game plan was a smash and grab job after securing that first goal, but the class and the skill of this Rochedale side have come to the fore.
That it has, and now out it goes for Uzbek. Out through for Phillip. Just too much on that one for Queso. See a couple of Thunder players just making their way back to the dressing room to start their recovery. It never is easy when you're coming down from Toowoomba, as you can attest to.
Yes, of course, and then you've got the bus trip home. Takes anywhere from an hour and a half onwards.
Which, to be fair, for about 20 minutes it did look like it was going to be a pretty happy bus trip, but Rochedale just found their rhythm, and where did they go on with it since then? In the meantime, Thunder's next few games, they're Friday night away to Western Pride, a tough trip to Briggs Road on a weeknight. It's the start of the weekend. And coming up the following weekend, 2nd of July. They're away to Redlands as well. So possibly a chance in the next 2 weeks for them to try and reinsert themselves into the discussion, as we now see the final change being made, and it is Mardley getting withdrawn. And coming on in his place is Michael Morrow. It's an early mark.
Just back on your point, James. South West Queensland Thunder, this is one away game, then the next two are away. They play at home again, and then they have another away game in the FQPL 1 competition. So plenty of away trips coming up.
Nice touch there from Cheshire, is able to be recovered in the end by Tabion. Here goes McCormick again. It's a little tug on the shirt, not seen by the referee. McCormick, he'll size up the chance from range and just fire it wide.
Yes, dancing his way forward, Cooper McCormick. Already scored 1 goal with his left foot. And that time he switched it onto his right.
And I think his defence, Monty Radburn would have had that one covered, but doing in the end. Goes up for a goal kick. 5 minutes of normal time remaining. We may have probably about 3 to 4 minutes of stoppages in the end. We did have that somewhat lengthy break with the Rochedale free kick just before the hour mark. That one gets forward now as substitute Morrow will stretch out his legs. He's made his way around the South East Queensland competitions. We have East, Pride and Olympic. And so we will have the final changes of the evening. And coming off now, Clayton Souza. And on in 15, Cameron Percy. And also withdrawn is Alex Munster. For Michael Paulson. So, both benches emptied. Don't have to worry about any more substitutions. As Thunder forced to go back, lick their wounds, and steel themselves again for the run home. A lunging challenge, and behind it goes for the corner, despite the appeals from the Thunder defence. Any good defender will just try and plead their case.
Of course. You've got to take any inch you can. Here's another Rochedale corner. There's been a number tonight. We've lost count how many there have been.
Yeah, counting was never my strong suit, so just say a number of corners as Colson comes across, and yeah, you can actually see just behind the goal there on the hill a couple of Wallabies. Known pitch invaders in this area as well.
Luckily they've stayed on the right side of the fence tonight.
So that ball gets played in there and deflected behind.
Just an awkward one for Radburn. Had to deal with it. And
yeah, I think it took a touch off Bigby, possibly. Well, I'm sure the Wallabies behind the goal have been treated to a bit of a show tonight from the home side. And that one's a lofted ball over the top of everyone. And Josh, as this is your first time on a FQ broadcast, we'll go down memory lane as we approach the 90th minute. We actually had the FQPL 2 playoff semi-final here back in October between Nambour Yandina United and Surfers Paradise Apollo. And late on in the game, the action was down the goal at the right end of your screen. So what happened on the back end of the pitch? Of course, we had some Wallabies jump on. I think the referee missed an opportunity to show them a red card to get them off. And there is the ball from Percy, out it goes. It's tried to be drawn under control by Paulson, but instead Lugo a long way out, just taking care of business as it were. 9 seconds of normal time remaining. We might get an idea of just how cold the players are out at Rochedale. It is a place that can get a bit chilly. We might get an idea of how cold it is by how much stoppage time is actually added on. In the meantime, it's a chance now possibly through this Uzbek throw-in. Able to pick out a teammate as it's Butel. And try and just slide that one through for Phillip. In the end, though, it's Cheshire for Morrow to chase, but it won't roll all the way back in to Radburn's goal. Thunder now just inching forward. Taking the opportunity to try and get at least a consolation goal as Butel had his foot stood on and made sure that he voiced his frustration with that challenge.
Yes. He was away there, Butel.
I think it probably just sums up the frustration of the night for him as well. He scored the opening goal after 8 minutes. Now he'll address this free kick. Don't waste a whole lot of time to take it. And Bender winds up getting clipped. With a physical look at the turf there from Paulson. There's a shin pad there. I think he just tucked it away in the waistband of his shorts. We're tick past 90 minutes and now solely discretion of our referee, Rachel Mitchinson, has decide how much time is to get added on. Cheshire. Colson. Tabby on. He's had quite a good game tonight as well, I think you would agree.
Of course. He's been a rock there in the centre back position for Rochedale.
Lugo. Just venturing just a little bit further out of his box as we await the full-time whistle, and Uzbek put the pressure on. The only sour note for Rochedale this evening was the red card for Alex Borrello. Of the squad that took to the pitch tonight, he's the 4th Rochedale player to get a red card this season as well. So that is something that might have to be addressed there by Ross Davidson as well. We've seen Melville, Ridgard, and Colson all sent off as well. Colson and Melville's and Ridgard's were actually both were all for 2 yellow cards. That's the first straight red shown. As Phillip battles for the ball in midfield, and Cheshire, as he'll just clip that one forward. Just take a few extra seconds off the clock. We'll continue playing for the time being, and you can hear some plaudits being dished out for McCormick, as he's had a pretty solid impact since he's come onto the pitch. Ridgard, he'll use a fast footwork, but can't get by the 4 defenders that were surrounding him. Paulson now, and he'll get it to Phillip. Thunder. Just yet, trying to salvage a little bit of goal difference here, and one gets clipped in, and quite sure what MacArthur might have been claiming there, but it is behind for the corner. I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask.
No, one last chance though for Thunder if they want to, as you said, we talk about that goal difference and how important it can be at the later end of the season.
Into the 94th minute, the referee just ducking, expecting the ball in from Butel, and he'll take the shot on from range into the side netting, and that will be the final action for a statement win for Rochedale Rovers. 6-1 over South West Queensland Thunder. Luke Butel with the opener. For Marek Mardley, Liam MacArthur, Alex Warrellow, Olaid Yinka Kahinde, Cooper McCormick, and Sam Ridgard got on the score sheet for the onside. Josh, statement win.
Yes, plenty of standout performers for Rochedale. As you said, McCormick coming on, scoring a goal, and Madley doing his normal stuff. So Rochedale will be very happy with that, taking a 6-1 win in the top of the table clash this Saturday night.
And a quick turnaround for Rochedale as well. They'll be back in action in Australia Cup on Tuesday night. That will do it for us, though. This has been a production of Double Take Sports and Football Queensland. Thanks for watching.